to my channel. Make sure you subscribe, like and comment.
Hello guys, welcome once again to another recap of the Ready to Love. So what I'm talking about later in this episode is episode 5 of season 9. Um Today's episode, okay, should I say yesterday's episode? I don't think anything that much happened in the episode.
No,
But
not
before we
too.
talk about the episode, how would you rate the whole episode?
Mm, I would have to give it a 5. I'd have to give it a 5
Uh,
because it kind of turned out exactly like I thought it was, because you can kind of
yeah, there was no
read the
suspense.
signs. Yeah. You can kind of read the body language and the signs and everything.
Yeah. There was no uh there was no wow factor in the episode. There was
Wow.
nothing that made me go like, wow, I never saw this coming.
Yeah. It's like the writing was on the wall. So we seen it all come.
Hmm. So that was the problem for me because we already know that this is coming. So I didn't really enjoy that much. Well, anyway, let us go ahead and talk about the episode. Instead of the episode with the guys meeting up with Tommy on the lounge, and this week is the week that the guys are to choose. So um, this week was about intimacy, and they were going to be hosting a pajamas party to know about themselves more and more. Now, before the pajamas party happened, we had um Laron and Vanessa going on a date. Now, I love the concept of the date surfing because it was fun, interesting. But what was disappointing to me was that I thought that the date was going to continue in that same momentum. And I think Vanessa is limiting herself
Right.
because I feel like if you should hear from someone and they say someone is a playboy, I feel like I'm should when it comes to a dating show, when I say I'm going to a dating show where there are numerous people and everybody will have a different experience to one person, I feel like you should give the person the benefit of the doubt. I feel like you should get to know the person first before you make your judgment. So she has this attitude of, oh, people have said A is A, B is B. Oh, that's what I'm going to stick with.
Right.
She doesn't try to be like, okay, yes, I've heard A is A, I've heard B is B, but I want to see whether that is what you are really into, or probably or just people's assumptions about your life.
Right.
And I think that's what she did with Laron here.
Yeah, I don't see why she even went on that date to begin with. I mean, she didn't have any interest in him. She already had a bad taste in her mouth when it came to his reputation. But you got to understand his reputation, it comes from him being single.
Mm-hmm.
We all have our single life before we hook up with who we're going to hook
Exactly.
up with.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's supposed to be at home reading books, twiddling their thumbs. You know what I'm saying? Until they find somebody. You go out, you have fun. When you find that right person, either you guys go out together and have fun, or you guys kind of slow it down and mellow it out.
Mm.
So I didn't understand why she went on the date if she was going to have that type of attitude with him and not really wanting to get to know him, especially when he's explaining who he is, and she's not willing to accept it because her mind is closed because of the stuff that all the other women were saying about him.
Exactly. Like I felt like if you do know, if you have a notion about somebody and you don't like it, why are you going on a date? And
Yeah,
sorry, I'm
I
repeating it to the
understand.
person's face saying that, oh, you're a playboy. Like you were also a playgirl too at one time in your life. Just because now you got mature, just because now you got kids and things change. That's like I feel like she judges a lot. She judges without even trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, and I don't like that. And I don't think this is a show for her to be at. I'm not. I'm just gonna be honest here and here. I don't
Hmm.
think this is the kind of show she should be at. Not married. Not sorry. Not Ready to Love. Maybe another reality TV show, but for this show, Ready to Love, and the concept, the way it's been done, I don't think this is the show she's supposed to be at.
Right.
I don't. Let's go to the next date that happened before the event, and that is Demonte and Alexis. I don't know. I think I love Alexis because this show is suiting to Alexis. Because Alexis has this calming spirit to her. Alexis is someone that even if she has heard things about you, she still tries to give the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
She still tries to hear your own perspective. She doesn't go ahead with, oh, in the room we said this guy is this guy is this guy is this. Then she's going into every day with that mindset of, oh, they told me this guy is this. Oh, they told me no. She makes her own judgment by herself, and I think that is why I kind of like her. One of the people that I love on the show, that she do not
Mhm.
allow or she doesn't allow others reactions, others experiences affect her own experience, and that's why I feel like that's why most of the guys are drawn to her.
Right. I think with Alex, what you see is what you get. You know what I'm saying? She
Mm-hmm.
doesn't put on any fakeness. You know, she seems sincere about the choices that she makes and how she talks to people. You know, and she's a really likable person. You know, it's unfortunate that some of the girls find her as a threat. You know, because that's what I feel. They find her as a threat. That's why they keep coming against her. But I like Alexis.
Yeah, I do like Alexa. She's one of the ladies that I do like in experience. I love when one thing when I'm coming to a show, when I hear this is the title of the show and I know the concept of the show and I come into the show, then I see the cast members and I see how you react. React to the concept of the show. Don't tell me you're coming to Ready to Love and you're reacting as if you're at Love Island.
Hmm.
No, that's a different show. So that's just it. Don't don't do that. And that's why I love Alexis. And like you said, I feel like yes, probably they see that most of the guys are warming towards her. Most of the guys feel, but it's not her fault that they feel a lot of comfort. That's the first thing. Whenever they ask, that's the first thing they always say about her. Like you feel comfort around her because she doesn't judge. She doesn't come like, yeah, I'm judging you. You said this, I'm judging you. You know, she wants to first listen. Even when she has the complaints, she calmly lets you know what her complaint is.
Right.
She calmly lets you know what her complaint is. And I think that's why she's quite different from most of the ladies on this cast of this season of Ready to Love. Honestly. Well, moving forward. Now the dates are done, they will have this whole now the ladies are done and the dates are done and they have this whole ass pajamas party. And when I tell you, when that pajamas party was going, I was like, a lot of things were, well, I knew that things were gonna go wrong in some certain issues because we know some people were coming there with some kind of, vengeance. People like Will came in there.
I told
Oh
you.
my god.
I told
Will
you.
came there with a full fledged vengeance.
Yeah, he was gonna get
I
to the
want to know
bottom
who
of
said
that.
that thing about me. I want to know who said I sleep on the floor. Then he went with that. It was very funny to me that every lady went. The first opening of his commercial was, "Oh, I heard they said I would sleep on the floor." I was like, "Guy, calm down."
Uh,
He just wanted to find out who said that statement, and he found that out because of Koshia's reaction to when he said that. And I like that he didn't first, because I know in his mind he already knew who he had that kind of conversation with, right? But I like that he didn't go in saying, "Oh, I know it's Kosher that would have said it." He went in there like anybody would have said it. Let me find out. Let me fish out who the person was. I love that about it. Then Kosher fell for the trap and exposed herself that she was the one. Now, did you notice the change in her story?
you mean Patrice?
Yeah, I said Kosher, sorry. Patrice. Did you notice the change in her story?
Yeah,
It's now from, yeah, he told me. The day in the lounge, she was very certain that he said he was going to lay on the floor.
yeah.
But now it changed to, "Oh, you mentioned something about laying down and I misunderstood." Who misunderstands laying down? I want to lay down. Laying down might be laying down on my chair. Laying down might be laying down on my bed.
Or your couch.
It can also, you can also being mean laying down on the floor too. So for someone to say I'm laying down, and you created your own scenario in your house, in your head, in your house, in your space, that the laying down he meant was that he wanted to lay down on the floor. Then you came and told that story to the ladies. That wasn't fair of Patrice. You should have at least, for anything, try to confirm with Will, like, what do you mean by laying down? Before you come and create a information or pass out an information to the ladies that is not right about the guy, then now you are doubling down. I dislike that kind of stuff. You said something, now you're doubling down on what you said. Stand on what you said. I did, yes, I felt like, yes, you meant you was laying on the bed. Now it's like, "Oh, I didn't mean it like that, it was a misunderstanding." No, don't me with that. If you misunderstood, don't even bring it up.
Exactly.
Make sure you have a full understanding, because, like Will said, these things ruin somebody.
Hmm.
Now, most of the ladies are having this notation that, "Oh, probably Will might not be as wealthy, or might have a finance, might have a um shelter problem. He might not have a home, or those kind of things, because of that single statement you said." And now you're saying you misunderstood. I would be pissed too if I was Will. I would.
Yeah, I mean, how did she know that he wasn't laying on a lamb's skin rug, with a bunch of fluffy pillows and just sitting down there just chilling?
Yeah.
People
Mm-hmm.
do that. I mean, I've done it, you know. So yeah, in front of a fireplace, got the TV on, maybe have a little glass of wine or something, and you just chilling either with somebody or by yourself. It's a vibe, it's a mood. How does she know he wasn't just doing that? I mean, she asked, could she come over, you know, and he said,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm about to lay down. And she just assumed it was on the floor, but yeah, I don't think that she really liked Will that much. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because when you're talking to somebody and you're insinuating what you want to believe about them during a conversation, that's on you.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know, that means you really had no goodwill into going into this conversation with a clear head and trying to really get to know this person. Because you already have your preconceived notions of what you feel this person is about.
Yeah. That and it's painful to me that it is kind of spoiling his reputation amongst the ladies. And I
Yeah,
see that
it kind
his
of
stay might not
bought
be
out.
long.
Yeah, it kind of bought out the bad side of him. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Which
Yeah.
is sad to see these men go through this because of certain women on the show.
Mm.
We're starting to get to see their ugly side. The
Mhm.
side that we wouldn't want to date.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. The side you would reject in a guy.
Right.
Exactly. Well, um, going forward, I did like this conversation between Mika and Justin. I love Justin. He's cool, collected, and calm. You know, and it's a little bit of he has this a little bit of shyness in him and whatnot. But I do like him in general, and I love Mika because it seems like most of the guys there don't align with her plans for the future. And I think for now, it's only Justin that is aligning.
Right. But I think he's kind of selling himself short because he's still young. And like later on, maybe 7 to 10 years from now, he might want to have a baby. You know what I'm saying? His own little person that looks like him, you know. And right now, I think he's just kind of selling himself short, to be with someone. You know, I mean, you can tell that. What's her name? Mia? No, that's not her name.
Mika.
Mika. You can tell Mika she has lived her life. She said she's been having babies since she was 18. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, I look at it like this. You've lived your life. There's certain things that you're not into anymore, like pre-wrote, like having babies. You're not into that type of thing anymore. But somebody who has never experienced it, when you get with that type of person, I feel like you're kind of cutting that person short because sooner or
Mm.
later that person is going to be like, okay, I know I can't have no baby with her because she already said she's not going to have none. But this young lady over here, I'm kind of liking her. She's fertile and hey, she'll have my baby. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like a recipe for disaster,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I believe what you're saying that he's selling himself short. Probably tomorrow, who knows?
Yeah,
They say the only constant thing in life is change.
yeah, exactly. That's just like a woman that goes and gets a hysterectomy at the age of 30. And when she's 36, 37, she meets the man of her dreams. He wants babies and she can't give it to him because she doesn't have a hysterectomy,
Mm.
you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, why sell yourself short? I say get with somebody who's lived as much as you have. If you don't have no kids, then
Mhm.
try and find somebody who don't have kids. Then
Have
you can
kids. Yeah.
experience that together. If you got kids, find somebody who got kids. You know, if you still dealing with your baby daddy, then don't get mad if the person you choose is dealing with the baby mama. You know what I'm saying? You got to find somebody who's evenly yoked. That way, you don't have problems later on.
Yeah. Well, I hope that probably for now it goes well for them. Although we don't
Mhm.
know what
Right.
the future holds for themselves himself on the show.
True.
Now, going forward, this is a complicated thing. Laron and Koshiea, we know Laron and Koshiea has always had this thing for each other since the first day
Right.
that they met. They've had this thing. Now, I felt pissed off in this pajamas party because you know that we have this connection, and we know, and you know the show that we are on. It's called Ready to Love. You mingle with a lot of people until you meet your person. And even when you meet that person, you still go on dates with other people,
Right.
you know?
Hmm.
Now, you've made that connection with each other. It's not like you've said, I love you or whatever. You've made that connection with each other. And now you come to the mixer where it's called a mixer. What you're supposed to do, mix. Sorry, I said mixer. Yeah, it's just like a mixer. She's supposed to mix it around. Let her know. Let her get to know the other guys, because you guys are in power. If I'm not friendly with most of them or get to know most of them, I'll probably be on the bottom. Then she's getting to know other guys, smiling, and he's looking at her all through like she's not supposed to do that. And he's like, she gave him mixed signals that they have been talking, but now they've got into this party. She doesn't talk to him. If the mountain doesn't go to Muhammad will go to the mountain. What stopped him? At one time, at what moment, let's say they spend the whole of the day in that house. At what time, what hour couldn't he have said, okay, fair, you know what? I'm tired of her not giving me this attention. Let me be the one to pull out. Pull out. It happens.
Right.
He could have as well as gone by himself and pulled her for a chat. Now it would have then been a different thing if he tried to pull her for a chat. She rejects or she doesn't go.
Right. I feel like Koshiea is, she's covering her bases. It's elimination night. So all the guys she didn't get to holler at, she's gonna be up in their faces, smiling and being cute. You know. So she was covering her bases. You know, but at the same time, she was kind of making LaRon feel like, okay, I don't see you standing there. I don't see you looking at me all over, you know, the backyard or in the house. I don't see your eyes watching me, because he was watching her, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And she could have went over and hugged him. Hey, babe, how you doing? I'm just over here. Da, 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 da. I'll be back to talk to you in a little bit. You know, say something to her, but she was acting like she didn't even know him. And then another thing, LeBron, you know, he went out on his few little dates. He didn't make a connection with anybody. So he's focused in on Koshiea, which is crazy,
Mm-hmm.
because after he met Koshiea, he was like, he didn't really want to talk to anybody else.
Um, and this conversation they had on the table, pulling her for a chat, and he was like, "Oh, we've had this connection, we've been missing each other, we've been chatting on phone, having text messages, exchanging text messages and everything. Then you come here and treat me in a different light." Don't laughing, and the fact is that he's more upset with the fact that she's laughing and giggling with the other guys than the fact that she's not even like giving him attention.
Right.
And that rubbed me off the wrong way because, like Kosher said, you know the theme of the show. You know what I'm supposed to do. And I'm trying to do that, but you're finding fault with me. Make it make sense. And the fact that when Mia entered into the conversation, he immediately left the whole conversation and went on with Mia and hugging her and everything. And when Koshiea was like, okay, this thing you did, what's the difference? He said, there's a huge difference because I'm trying to like clear my name of every bad thought. But you left the conversation. You guys were having a conversation and you left impromptu, no excuse, no sorry, I'm coming. Hold on.
Yeah, he was in
And you
his
went to.
feelings. Yeah, he was definitely in his feelings. You know what I'm saying? So that was just a little ploy to make her a little jealous. Because when she was crying, he was like, I'm not even feeling this, you know. And I just think that cry was just so fake because what happened to the tough girl exterior that you were showing all the
Mhm.
women? You know what I'm saying? But then when he put you on blast, all of a sudden, here go the tears, and she's so sad. And I just thought that was just some fake shit right there. I just really thought it was fake. And I was like, really? What? Hold up. Stick your chest out, man up. You know what I'm saying? You tough.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So why the tears? I didn't understand it because believe me, there's not a man on this earth that can make me cry.
Mm. And the fact that he kind of now walked out of the conversation. I kind of like what those other guys, Chaz and Justin, was telling him here. You have to listen. Although I don't agree with what Chaz said that you cannot be listening and be dismissive. I can listen and be dismissive to you. That part I disagree because sometimes somebody be saying things that does not make sense to me. I can listen, but I still turn back and be like, that's not for me.
Exactly.
So I believe you can be, in my own opinion, you can listen and also be dismissive at the same time. But that aside, I love that they came to try to tell him that guy, at least when you saw the lady crying, you should have stopped, you know, try to know about her, try to know what she's feeling. And the fact that he still said after the conversation was like, you know what, I'm still moving in a different light did not make sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that the guys could rally around him and kind of let him see what some of his wrongs are, as far as that little situation went. But still, like I said, she Koshiea seems like the type of woman that she's bitter, she's angry, you know, um, she'll bring on the crocodile tears if that's gonna help her, because she was ready to drag Alexis. You know what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
don't go from ready to drag somebody and then crying. You know what I'm saying? When she was ready to drag Alexis, she's like, I need a moment. And she ran to the side or the back. And then the other two ladies followed her to make sure she was okay. And she started crying. Like, and I understand some people get so mad that they do cry, but I just didn't get it. It was just too many mixed emotions going on there. This just kind of made me think that the girl is kind of cuckoo. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she's unstable, you know.
Yeah.
So when she could just bring on the tears, I mean, you went from having a good time with the guys, talking and chatting and flirting and smiling, and then as soon as you get jammed up, all of a sudden you're just like, oh, well, I don't know how you want me to be. I'm just going to cry. Like, girl,
Mhm.
stop. You
Yeah.
know, use your words. I'm not, I guess maybe I'm not a big fan of women bringing tears on when there's no need for it. Maybe I'm just built different. I don't know. But
Yeah,
I'm just definitely not a crier.
exactly. And Will, when the fight was going on, like, oh, that he made the wrongest of choice to fight his Koshiea. Oh my god, the guy has his card. Now we had Truth or Dare. When they brought out Truth or Dare, I never liked Truth or Dare because it always ends with a problem.
Mm,
It always ends. And that's what happened. We had them playing Truth or Dare, and a lot of people were just trying to escape through it. And some of the guys started becoming bold and being like, yes, I'm gonna choose sexy. And if you choose sexy, you're gonna do some sexy things with each other. So we had Christopher come out and he said he was gonna choose sexy. Then he decided to choose Alexis. He does like as Alexis, and they told him, say something soothing to her.
mhm.
And this guy went ahead and just grabbed and was kissing. You know what I said when I was watching it? I said, that's not telling somebody, that's a pure molestation.
Yes. Yes. That was too aggressive. I didn't like that. She took it well because I probably would have been on my gut checked or something, pinched it
Yeah,
so
it should be
hard. So
well. I
I
could
would
have
have did
slapped him.
something because you cannot do that to me. Not unless I want you to do it. But he just took it too far. I mean, where the guys had to like go grab her and get her out of his clutches. Like, ugh.
Yeah. I felt a certain kind of way, and I hope they have a conversation in the future episodes to discuss about this because they were not able to do this because Tommy literally walked in with this. So I hope that there will be future conversations about this.
Yeah.
I hope. And with Alexis, I know she will still be calm. I think because it was Alexis, if it was another of these ladies, I don't know, it would have gone sideways. It would have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she didn't appreciate that.
Mhm. Now, after the whole trailer there, Tommy comes in and the guys go with Tommy and they were asking questions about who they like, who they don't like. And a lot of them were mentioning names that they like. And when it came to the names of who they don't like, the most mentioned names were Mika and what's her name? Koshiea. Mika and Koshiea were the names that were mentioned all through um by most of the guys that they don't have any feelings for. Mika's reason is that none of them has really been in this space of romantic situation with her, except the new guy Justin. Why for Koshiea? It's her attitude and her characters that is really annoying them. And so they asked them like they decided to have this a child of who was going to go home. Now we had Koshia and Koshia and Mika standing on the forefront amongst the ladies. Now we had Will as the executor. I feel like production really did this well because they know that Will is not in good term with Koshia and
Mm-hmm.
they wanted to rile her up.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they choose another guy? He's not, I don't think he's the best person because listen to what Koshia was saying. Like she was literally insulting and talking down on the guy. I
Yeah.
didn't like that.
Yeah, but that just goes to show your attitude. She's one big red flag. You know what I'm saying? And the other guys basically picked it up. You know, they seen the signs. Just with her basically mingling with them, the times that they mingled, they seen the signs. That hey, she takes things to either too far, too left, or too right. You know, so yeah, I kind of had a feeling they were gonna have Will to deliver this to the women. You know,
That way, she really went down on him, like calling his fake chains, fake housing situation, like judging him. I did not like that at all.
right?
And she was like, "Oh, the small boy, I'm not even listening to what he has to say." Why did they look down on him?
Just from that one statement. That one statement just kind of put a bitter taste in everybody's mouth. Almost like, hey, if I get with him, I'm gonna have to support him.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna support me. No, he's gonna try and move into my place. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them was like, nah, not talking to him.
Yeah. But who do you think will be going home between the two ladies?
Mm, I say Koshiea.
Do you think it's Koshiea?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. I think it's Koshiea.
You don't
Because
think it will be Mika?
I I don't know. They see the messiness in Koshiea and Renika. They see her more like a homegirl. She gives homegirl vibes. Like okay, we can't have anything. You know, um, intimate between us. You know, we can't date because you don't like what I bring to the table and I don't like what you bring to the table. So all we can be is friends. So I don't know. It's really hard to say, but I feel it's gonna be Koshia.
Yeah.
Who do you feel?
I feel it's a tough choice for me.
Hmm.
Ah, because Mika does not have any romantic feelings with any of them.
Right.
Koshiea has one.
They both
It's
have
a
one.
very tight.
Yeah, they
It's a
both have.
very tight one. Yeah. But I feel like it's a very tight one.
Hmm.
I feel like it's a very tight one. I don't know. I have my fingers crossed for next week to find out who finally went home. But I really can't guess because the two of them look like people that they really want to send home out of this experience.
I know. And what a cliffhanger. They gonna make us wait till next week. Yeah, that's a cliffhanger there. Because I really wanted them to say who it was then. Now we have to wait a whole nother week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And now, did you see the trailer for next week's episode where Patrice was accusing Alexis of saying those things to um Will? And Alexis didn't do this, and everybody's always accusing her.
Yes. Yes, I've seen that. I can't wait to see it because it just looks like it's just getting messier and messier and crazier and crazier. And yeah, they keep picking on poor little Alexis. And I don't mean to call her little, because she's
Mm-hmm.
not, but it just seems like she's just so innocent. She's
Yeah.
more like the baby doll of the bunch, the youngest. And it just seems like they just, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like they're hyenas and they're just there to wait for the kill. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, y'all settle down. Every woman isn't like you. You know, every woman isn't traumatized and been through a whole bunch of shit. You know, there's some women out there who, you know, ducked a whole bunch of stuff and didn't go through everything that you went through. You know, and sometimes it seems like women who've gone through a lot of stuff, they are just bitter and angry. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, my saying is bad times build character.
Mhm.
Rough time builds character, you know? But it doesn't have to make you angry.
Yeah.
It's supposed to make you wise, you know? Where you're awake, your eyes are open. Now you can make better choices. But some women they're
Yeah.
bitter. They take it on and they they carry it to another relationship, you know?
Hmm. So I really can't wait for next week's episode to see how she challenges Patrice, because I'm tired of everybody always, when something is said, oh, Alexa said this, Alexa said
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
So I want to see how that will play out. And I want to find out who would be going home. What's your expectation for the next episode 6, before it comes to an end?
Pardon me?
I said, what's your expectation going into episode 6? That's the next week episode.
I believe Alexis is going to stand up for herself and let these women know who they're really messing with, because she seems like she's very educated and she can handle her own, you know. Um, I can't wait to see Koshiea leave, and then find out what is Laron going to do with himself now. Like, who is he going to pursue now?
Mm.
You know what I'm
Really,
saying?
it's true.
Because next week it'll be the women's turn. So if they're
Hmm.
not feeling LeBron, like, who is he gonna try and cling to in order to stay? You know.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking forward to see, just to see if it happens that way.
I guess we're in the same line, expecting that to happen in the episode 6 of Ready to Love. Well, I think we've touched base of everything that happened in the episode, right? At least the most important parts.
No,
Well, guys, thank you for joining us today. You want to say something?
no, just I'm just excited to see next week.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us and watching with us. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like and comment on this video. Comment your thoughts and opinion. Like this video. You can even dislike it, because YouTube will still recommend it to other people.
Mhm.
And don't forget to click on the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to this channel. We'll see you guys same time next week for another recap of Ready to Love. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.